Hi friends, it's me Darshna once again. I welcome you all to the third episode of After Ophthal. Many of us after completing MS are in a state of After Ophthal syndrome. Yes, I mean how to choose a specialty. Up till now, we have already taken insights from the lives of our cornea and glaucoma stars. It is quite natural that many amongst us are young dynamic surgeons who would love to save eyes and have bloody hands and are looking for a branch that would mimic general surgery. If you are one of them, this episode of Plasty Punch is for you. Here we have for you 5 truly inspirational Plasty stars. We are going to look into their lives through 5 questions. These oculoplastic stars are Dr. A.K. Grover, Head, Department of Ophthalmology, Sri Gangaram Hospital, New Delhi. Dr. Santosh Honawar, Director, Ophthalmic and Facial Plastic Surgery and Oculo-Oncology, Center for Sight, Hyderabad. Dr. Raman Mittal, Director, Eyeplast Hospital, Amritsar. Dr. Vikas Menon, Senior Consultant, Oculoplasty Department, Center for Sight, New Delhi. Dr. Javed Ali, Head, Govindram Seksariya Institute of Dacryology, LV Prasad Eye Institute, Hyderabad. As we know, a precious pearl is protected by a shell. Similarly, a delicate eyeball is protected by orbit and lids. Our sturdy ophthalmologist who looks after them are oculoplastic surgeons. Let's start. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Dear stars, what is that efficient regimen of yours for planning what next after Ophthal? Let's hear from Dr. Grover.
Thanks for that question. I think those were simpler times. We simply did not plan as much as we do today. There are more opportunities to know about things and there are fellowships available. I passed out in 1980 from Dr. Rajendra Prasad Center at the All India Institute, and the option that I had was to get a senior residency. I had been exposed to oculoplasty and glaucoma, and I idolized Professor Y. Dayal, who was the father of the oculoplastic surgery in the country, and he was doing a wide range. I also loved what Dr. N. Sood, our glaucoma surgeon, was doing. And the unit that they headed was a combined unit. So that is the unit I opted for my 3-year senior residency, which is what you would consider as the fellowship of today. And that's how I got into oculoplasty and glaucoma. When I shifted as faculty to Maulana Azad Medical College in 1984, they had a glaucoma clinic, but there was no oculoplastic service at all. So I had the opportunity as a faculty to start the oculoplastic service from the scratch, and that is how I landed up in oculoplastics, which of course I loved from the exposure that we had of watching what Professor Dayal did.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Honawar.
The question asked was, why did I choose oculoplasty as a specialty? There are many reasons why somebody would choose a specialty. It could be a natural decision based on interest and passion. It could be based on what is available, what is easy to get in practice, what brings us name, fame and money. There are many ingredients that go into that decision. But when you are exposed to all the specialties in ophthalmology during your residency, you get to know what you are in for. For example, I was exposed to, as part of Hockey Center, having trained there, to all the specialties equally well. So I exactly knew what it would entail getting into cornea, anterior segment or retina or glaucoma or oculoplasty. If I had any doubt, I would obviously discuss with my seniors and the faculty, and they would give us insights into what it entails, to go in for a particular specialty. So choosing oculoplasty was a premeditated decision, I would say. It was a deliberate decision based on the fact that oculoplasty is very wide in its spectrum, very colorful, very creative and extremely gratifying in terms of results. What we would like to give to the patient, we can actually give in oculoplasty and change their life perspective. So that kind of a fulfillment it has. And I always wanted to do something which is very intensely surgical as opposed to something intensely medical. So it was a natural choice for me.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Javed Ali.
For the first question, whether was there any planning after MS Ophthal, I could simply answer it that life after my post-graduation was on my mind from day one of me joining my residency. हमारे शौक की ये इंतहा थी कि कदम रखा तो मंजिल रास्ता थी. So in a period of 1.5 to 2 years, you naturally rotate through all the departments, and I also rotated all the departments and got an idea that oculoplasty is something that excites me. The key is what excites you and what are you willing to live your life with. I think that is the main question that needs to be answered here. So once I knew that oculoplasty excites me, then I started looking for places right in my second year of MS that where would I do fellowship. And I happened to know that LV Prasad at Hyderabad was the best place for doing an oculoplasty fellowship. And that's where I started attending a lot of meetings. Any lecture that was on oculoplasty was not missed. So in essence, you start planning from day one.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Menon.
To answer that question, I would say that my interest in oculoplasty arose after working with some stalwarts in oculoplasty. While I was doing my post-graduation, I had the good fortune to work with people like Dr. A.K. Grover and Dr. Anita Sethi, who were doing some fantastic work in oculoplasty. And so seeing them, assisting them in their cases, kind of ignited that interest in me also. And so for me, the natural next step was to get further exclusive training in oculoplasty. And for that, I tried to find out which was the best place at that point of time, and it was LV Prasad Eye Institute, where under Dr. Santosh Honawar's mentorship. So I think the credit goes to my mentors who from one stage to another led me through this interesting journey of oculoplasty.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Mittal.
Well, oculoplasty happened to me by chance, or you can say by luck. Actually, after my ophthalmology, I always thought that I had to have some fellowship. So I went and opted for cornea fellowship in LV Prasad. But then there I saw that there were 150 plus candidates for just 3 seats. And the chance was really, very bleak. And then there itself I heard about some branch called oculoplasty, where only 25 or 30 people would have opted for just 1 seat. So I thought, let's try for that also. Till lunch hour, all the interviews were conducted for plasty, which I never knew, but I was not called in. So one colleague of mine told, why don't you ask them and pressurize them to take your interview, which I did. And fortunately, Dr. Santosh Honavar, who was the head, he again sat with the panel, and they conducted my interview, and everything went off well. At the end of the day, I was like going around in Hyderabad so that I just see, I don't know whether I'll get the fellowship or not. And I got a call from the department saying I was selected in both cornea and oculoplasty. Now, cornea was my dream, but now when you get another choice also, you get confused. So I kept asking about what are the possibilities in plasty with all my seniors, and also Dr. Honavar and Dr. G.N. Rao. I met them personally. They all told me their pros and cons, but I was still confused. Then very funny thing happened was that at the night when I was taking my dinner in a small restaurant, I happened to meet Dr. Milind Max. I don't know from where he appeared in, and he sat along with me and we had dinner together. And during that dinner time, he told me very good stories and many good things about oculoplasty. And it was something that he built up my interest in oculoplasty. The next day again I met Dr. Santosh Honavar, and he gave many other lucrative things about plasty, the rarity of cases, the type of things which we can do in oncology, in plastics, in aesthetics, and type of new machinery which is coming in. So I was like totally brainwashed by these two guys. So I give the credit of my being in plasty to Dr. Milan Nayak and to Dr. Santosh Anawar. And also I would say that it was by chance, rather my sheer luck, that I was roped into plasty, and I'm very happy for that.
Thank you for your views. Indeed, there is a huge spectrum in oculoplasty that can keep you going. Let's dig a bit deeper and ask them our next question. Every successful person has his or her own winning streak. Dear stars, could you please share your success mantra which made you a gem in the field of oculoplasty? Let's hear from Dr. Javed Ali.
What is my success mantra in oculoplasty? I feel that for any success on this planet, it's a triad: focus, hard work, discipline. You know, as when we were children, the hugely popular serial Mahabharata used to come, and I remember watching Shri Krishna saying this to Arjun in that, which I have modified a little bit based on how I perceive it and how I understand it. And he said, अपने मन को व्यर्थ प्रश्नों के मरुथल में भटकने ना देना पात, ये समझकर चलना कि इस धरती और उस आकाश के बीच तुम्हारे लक्ष्य के अतिरिक्त और कुछ है ही नहीं. I think this is what in crux summarizes a success. And obviously, the more you work hard, the more would be the luck. You would be very lucky if you work hard. It's as simple as that.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Grover.
Well, I'm not quite sure about the gem part of it, but well, yes, the success, as you said, does not come easy. Genius, as they say, is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. So you have to work hard for it. I joined the oculoplastic service, or rather created the oculoplastic service at Guru Nanak Eye Center. We did not have any patients in the beginning. There was no existing service. So we started getting some patients. I had nothing to document or present. The first cases we got were some really bad cases of cicatricial entropion, which was very common due to trachoma. Operated multiple times, started doing some grafts in them, collected those results, started presenting them, and then as the cases accumulated, I could present more and more. I was determined to let those services get established, so I had to present, I had to speak at various fora, I had to present at All India Ophthalmic Society and have some publications. There were no facilities, of course. There were no documentation facilities, so we had to really work hard at making those VHS films, spending overnight at some studios in Connaught Place and edit them. There were no photographing facilities, so we had to buy our own reels, chrome reels they used to be called, and have them processed at Mahatas, which was the only place in Delhi where you could have those slides created from those color chrome slides. So we did all that, presented frequently and collected more and more patients, looked after them till we started getting a good volume of patients. So the mantra for success is really your sense of motivation to do well. You must realize that you cannot get what you want unless you are fully motivated for succeeding and you're willing to work very hard for it. So I think that is the key to any success.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Menon.
My success mantra, I would say that it applies to any field, anything that one is pursuing, whether it is oculoplasty, cornea, retina, or any other branch, or any other thing that one is pursuing in life. I think there are some common things that I find important. So number one is, I think the most important thing is a very solid basic training, something which cannot be substituted for. So in the initial phase of your training, from wherever you do it, it has to be really good, and that actually sets the foundation for your future growth and your future interest. So if your basic training is good, then you just have to build upon that. So that acts like a good foundation. So if you are going to construct a building on it tomorrow, it's very important that the basic foundation that is laid is solid and strong, and then subsequently you just have to build upon it step by step. The other thing that I would like to stress upon is stick to your ethics, be ethical and be honest in your work, in your practice, and that may lead to a little slower growth, but it is always important, will give you a lot more satisfaction. And number 3 is particularly for those who are interested in pursuing oculoplasty, I would tell them to have a lot of patience while they are working on it, because it's a very niche branch, and so if you are going to pursue this branch, you also need to have a lot of patience. The results will show. If you are doing good work, the results will show, and so you just have to keep doing good work consistently with a lot of patience, and definitely I think for whosoever is pursuing this branch, it'll be good.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Mittal.
To be successful, it's not only your effort. Everybody has to be passionate, hardworking, dedicated for his work. But I believe you have to be lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time. So when I was getting no job offers, when I was about to complete my fellowship, I came back to Punjab, asked for job. Nobody offered me job. They said, we don't have so much of work for oculoplasty. Then it happened that director of MGM Eye Institute, Dr. Deepshika, she saw me in LV Prasad and she wanted me there, and she really pulled me out and she took me there. And out of those times, I presented my work, I published, and I represented in various conferences, so that my thing came up to North, and then my colleagues from North, they wanted me back. So my socialization, my presenting in conference, probably I say it was my success mantra. I was very socializing. So I would contact with so many other ophthalmologists of other branches. I would learn from oculoplastic conferences, but I would attend every cornea retina conference as well in my local area in Punjab, so that I meet my colleagues, I let them know what all I can do, and interact and create you can say a social circle, not only from the patient pool, but then they would refer me patients and they will have a good friendship with me, and that socialization is very important. And also I believe a very great family support was important, because I had to travel a lot during the first 5 to 10 years of my career, and family has to be really supportive, because I was out of my house for more than 3 to 4 days in a week. So it was more than half a month that I would stay away. So family support is very important. So these all things fell in place, my socializing nature, my family support, my hard work, my being present in the conferences, presenting everything. I guess these few points helped me to become where I am.
Thank you for your views. Let's hear from Dr. Hunawar.
Well, I was asked to enumerate my mantra for success. I don't consider myself successful. I think success is not a destination. It's a road on which you travel on a daily basis. If you feel fulfilled, happy with what you've done on a particular day, to my mind that is success. But in any case, success has several ingredients. The most important aspect of being successful is to have purpose or focus. Diffuseness is a disease, so you have to focus on something very, very specific and measurable to achieve success. Just purpose is not important. Along with that, you have to have passion. Passion is something that you would plan your life around. It's something that you revolve around all through your life. So it is inexhaustible source of inspiration and challenge. Once you have purpose and passion, the next part of it is to plan actually to achieve what you want to achieve, your objective or goals. So you have to have a kind of a roadmap set for yourself in terms of what objectives you have and what goals you have and how to achieve that. Once you have these three, then the next thing is to practice. Practice till you optimize your skills to achieve near perfect results. Then comes perseverance. Perseverance is the ability to go on despite not achieving early success or delaying success or the roadblocks that you may encounter. Then of course is patience, because if you want to have perseverance, then obviously you need loads of patience and loads of positivity. So these are the 7 P's of success, I feel. Now if you have some of these ingredients built into your life, then there is no reason why you should not be successful.
Thank you for your views. Wow, we have got the secret mantra, and I am sure if we apply it in our lives, nobody can stop us from becoming a gem like them. On behalf of LJI Institute Ambala and whole After Ophthal team, I thank you all for watching this series. Bye, take care and stay inspired.
So choose your profession wisely. Think before you take up oculoplastics.
Yeah, there will always be differences. Somebody would be earning more than you, somebody would be earning less than you. That should not be the deciding criteria.
I value mentors more than the programs or the institutes that offer these programs themselves.
So main thing is you have to be gelling with everybody, be a team, be a complement, do not be a competitor in the field.
Obviously for Oculoplasty Fellowship I applied at the LV Prasad Eye Institute and I was not selected the first time.